Hey everyone, it's good to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Today's recipe is called 4-cheese macaroni. And what you're going to need for that is 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. I use Crisco. You can use the off-brand, whatever you want to do. 1 16-ounce package of elbow macaroni. This is Giant Eagle brand. I don't get too fancy, but if you have a brand that you prefer. We're going to need 9 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 cup shredded Munster cheese, 1/2 cup shredded cheddar, 1/2 cup shredded Sharp, and 1/2 cup shredded Monterey Jack. Now, I have to tell you, I add a little bit more cheese than what they call for, but I am too cheap to buy the packets and I only want to use what I want to use. The pre-shredded is usually quite a bit more expensive than if you just buy a block of it and then shred it yourself, but it's all about convenience too. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'm going to cut my Velveeta into little cubes. One thing, there's a questionable thing here on Velveeta. Now when I buy Velveeta, I normally put it in the fridge. But if you go to the grocery store, it's not refrigerated. Makes me kind of wonder, I'm gonna make it in small chunks because it'll have to melt when it's mixed in with the macaroni. Makes me kind of just like little small chunks like that. Makes me wonder what's in it that it can stay good without being refrigerated. Kind of like the creamers that can stay good without being refrigerated. I think they even have some mayonnaise now that's on the tables at restaurants. I might be wrong, but kind of scary to think what we're putting in our bodies. And but you know what? I try not to think of that because if something tastes good, I'm okay with it. Maybe I'll regret that one day. But I don't get too overly excited about that kind of stuff. Some of you healthy people out there, I'm sure you're cringing at this moment. But it's all good. It's all good. My little cubes of Velveeta. My 4 different cheeses in 4 cups. Of course, that's about double of what's called for. But I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to mix it together. And if I think it's a little too much cheese, all I have to do is not use it all, and then Doug will eat this. The time has come to start cooking the noodles. So I am going to sprinkle a little bit of salt in the water, just a little bit. I'm going to bring it to a boil. Then I am going to cook the pasta. Let's see how long this says, 8 to 10 minutes. But when we're ready to put the noodles in, I'm going to put a tablespoon of oil in the water too. I check the noodles from time to time and I stir them just so they don't stick to the bottom. The water has come to a boil, so I'll put in my tablespoon of vegetable oil. Pour in the 16-ounce box of elbow macaroni. And I'll set the timer for 9 minutes. So we'll let that cook. And then we're going to drain it, but not rinse it. I'll drain it and put it back in the pan, and then we're going to mix all of our other ingredients with it. So in the meantime, I'm going to get a dish and I'm going to grease the bottom of it. So we are prepared. While getting my dish out, I slammed my finger in the door. I have done that so many times. I'm a klutz. But I'm going to grease this a little bit. We have 2 minutes to go. We're going to act fast here. I'm going to shake up the 1/2 and 1/2. Measure out 1 1/2. Oh my gosh! We got to hurry up. The little thing broke off. How convenient. You know what? I don't think I've ever had that happen to me. But of course it's going to happen now that I'm on camera. I'll squeeze that back. 1 1/2 cups of 1/2 and 1/2. We got our cheeses out of the refrigerator, the Velveeta and the 4 different types of shredded cheese. We're gonna get all that ready. The butter melting. So let us see if I got everything. I need 2 eggs beaten. We'll need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground pepper. You know, it's not too often you add 1/8 of a teaspoon of everything, but apparently that makes a difference. So we're gonna turn this off. I'm gonna drain it. Gonna get my stuff ready here. Oh, Tanya, for crying out loud. Like a child in the kitchen. Just like a child. You know, you should never try to hurry. When you try to hurry, things go worse than if you didn't. So I'm trying to hurry because I need to get them noodles out of there. Okay, I drained it. Do not rinse it. You want it to be steaming hot when you put it back in the pan. I'm gonna mix about half of the cheese recipe in there. Save some for the top. Put the Velveeta in. The eggs. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Let's stir that up a minute and then I'm going to put the milk in. Because this stuff has to melt. Okay, let me pour the milk in. And some of the butter. I have 10 tablespoons there. I'm going to save a couple. Well, I called for 9, but I put 10 in. I'm going to save a couple for on top. Okay. We'll stir all this up until the cheese is melted. Did you ever have deja vu? I just had deja vu that I cooked this for you before, even though I know I didn't. At least I don't think I did. Okay, I think I got the cheese all melted. I'm going to pour that into the pan. Look how good that looks. Spread it around evenly. Sprinkle the rest of my, pour the rest of the butter on top slowly. And then put the rest of the cheese on. We're going to bake it at 350 for 35 minutes until it gets brownish color or bubbly to your liking. Let's take this out. Woo! Now I've made this many a time before. It's bubbling, it's brown. It's gonna settle a little bit, cool down. I'm not even gonna attempt to eat it. But a little bit later on, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take a little video of everybody enjoying this baked macaroni. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining me today on Dee's Delights. Lexi, what's your opinion on the baked macaroni?
The baked macaroni is one of my all-time favorites. It's not too gooey, but it's not too dry. It's perfect. It's got a nice cheesy crust on top. It's very crispy.
Oh, I see the cheesy crust.
Just immaculate.
Delish.
Just very well done.
Very good, very good. Who loves the ham balls?
Really good.
Really good? You like the ham balls?
Yeah. Very good. Jack didn't have one, but
Jack didn't have one. You say they're good, Kimberly?
Yes.
What about the coleslaw? Who likes the coleslaw?
I like it. It is wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's a KFC recipe.
I was gonna say that from the landmark.
Maybe you can give me the recipe.
I will. What's that?
Great detail.
Would you want to describe the cold?
Oh, yes, you can describe it
I
to me,
am
Mom.
very gracious for my invitation to come enjoy this meal.
All right. Mom is enjoying the meal, just as Lindsay is. So everybody is enjoying some Dee's Delights food. If you would like to share some Dee's Delights food with us, you're more than welcome to come and join us.
Right now?
Right, she's getting into the fruit.
Hey!
See? She even loves the food. Look at her. There she should. Hey, those are big grapes. Do you want her chewing on that?
We gotta cut it up.